Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics that you send through to me on Twitter and a few things in it. Man, will just get the first thing off my chest in it, and then go to the positive stuff in it, bruv. Last video, yeah, I put out a video, had a bit swelling on my face. I just come from the dentist. I don't really owe any of you lot an explanation for that, to be completely honest. I still put the video out because I don't give a fuck, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bit of swelling, it will go down. Also, wanted to get you your content out on time. The only reason why a man still put it out. Obviously, I know you guys look forward to the show and I appreciate that. And that's linked into the second point. But then when you got people chatting shit in the comment section, yeah, like I don't already know that my face is swollen about, right, like did your brother punch you in the face, or like insinuating that I was beaten up and dumb shit like that. Bruv, like there's just no need in it. Because the way that I see it, like that kind of bullshit in the comment section is why, firstly, a lot of public figures and that don't read their comments and don't reply to their followers, because people like that just ruin it for everyone else, innit? Like, we're still human beings, bruv. Man don't want to read you chatting shit all the time. We don't, innit? If you disagree with a point we've made or something like that, fair enough, you're allowed to do that, innit? But when you're doing dumb shit like that, if I was a different kind of person, it would have bothered me and it would have upset me or whatever. But nah, like it didn't. It was just, I just found it just stupid. Like, to be honest, it's mad immature, innit? And there's other people that it really affects. And then you get people that are in the public eye having mental health issues because of dumb shit like that, bro. Just be more thoughtful about the shit that you put in the comments, man, because it's just dumb, innit? Like, it's really silly. If you, when you lot don't get your shows on time, people always ask me where they are. So if I'm going out of my way, despite having little issues and that, to put it out, don't be a prick, in it. That's all I'm saying. Because realistically, it's just silly, innit? You man have seen how the boxing fight, yeah, my face looked fine, innit? So the likelihood of me getting beaten up by my little brother or by anyone like that, yeah, that, come on now, innit? Like this is silly, innit? Like, I may, even if you think it's banter, it's dumb. Like, you don't need to highlight what was painfully obvious to me, bro. The fact that I didn't give a shit enough to still sit in front of the camera tells you all that needs to know. I'm all for trolling, yeah. Like, when it's about football, I'm an elite level troll, blood. Them Arsenal man won a game yesterday, and it's presence blood in my comment section, bro. That's a W for me. Imagine, yeah, you're watching your team and I'm in your thoughts the whole time. And as soon as anything happens, you're thinking about me, bro. That's free advertising. That's beautiful. Keep it coming. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's already copyrighted the term, yeah? And the merchandise is coming soon. So thank you. Like, make sure you keep spreading that. And speaking of, while we're staying on the positive side, Red Talk is gonna be sponsored in it by a football app. I think from the start of next week, from the 1st of November, I'm signing. Well, I'm signing a contract. I've got the contract. I'm gonna sign it after this, and I think from the 1st of November. So when you see me do the opening and you see the little logo in the corner and man does all of that, again, that's down to you lot, innit? So I appreciate it. Your interaction, the fact that you're viewing it, and the fact that man's getting enough consistent numbers to the fact that people want to sponsor my show, that's down to you lot, innit? So I want to thank you guys for that. Keep the interaction coming, keep sending in your questions, because it's positive. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to talk about the negative shit because I'm just not that kind of guy, innit? But certain things need to be addressed, innit? So, like, big up for the support. Obviously, man got the sponsorship, which ain't too bad. You get me? That's man's rent paid easy, like. So it's nice. So appreciate that, guys. Yeah, just fucking big up yourselves, man. And also, loads of people been messaging me about Total Football. The only reason why I stopped Total Football is like, I notice a lot of you that follow me are United fans, but you don't seem to be football fans. It's mad because the disparity between the numbers that Red Talk gets and Total Football gets, I wasn't really sure if it was worth continuing. But since a lot of you lot do want it, I'm gonna bring it back in it. So look out for the tweets for them topics. But yeah, I think that's everything. And I got a fucking exciting meeting on Monday morning, blood. So make sure you follow the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram, because boy, all going well, and I think it's gonna go well, then there'll be a nice little announcement there soon. And again, that's down to you lot, innit? Because you lot ride for me still. So obviously, when the Presence Blood merch drops, I know you got me, yeah. But also, yeah, just thanks again, innit? Man's in a grateful mood. I'm in a good mood. Let's get to your fucking questions now. All right, the first one, bruv. What we see when you man have such long fucking display names that I can't see your ass. But I don't know. This guy sent me a message. It says, if Prince Mohammed bin Salman took over United today and said, Rants, you're my chairman, do whatever it takes to get us back to glory days, what would your first move be? Would you build on what we got, or would you burn everything to the ground and start fresh? Sick question, bro. This is what I would do, yeah? When you're starting a business or anything like that, anyone that started businesses before, I've had a few actually, luckily, that I've been involved in running in different kind of things. You need a business plan, innit? When you're doing your business plan, you like to look at similar businesses, how they run, obviously what products they do, what methods they use, etc, etc, etc. And then you start to weigh up the pros and cons, innit? I'd look at a team like Ajax, and I'd say, if you want to be Manchester United, you still want to play attacking football, you want to have a philosophy, you want to still bring through the youth and stick to the ethos of the club, you go no further than a team like Ajax, bruv. All honesty, instead of creating a model like Ajax, if I had infinite resources, I'd just go to Ajax. I'd take Van der Sar, I'd take Mark Overmars, and I'd take Ten Hag, bruv. I'd take all three of them, and I would just literally replicate the whole thing from top to bottom. Like, it's all well and good trying to be like Ajax. I just take the whole thing. I'm gonna be real. I'd take the whole fucking thing, and I'd say, you know what, you man, this is my setup. It's just like what Man City done with Barcelona. They saw that fucking cheeky whatever the fuck his name is, yeah, was with Pep Guardiola and his assistant, and they just copped them two, and then they copped Pep, and now they got Barcelona 2.0. That's what you gotta do, bruv. You just gotta look around and see who's doing bits, and just take their thing, bruv. That's exactly what I would do, man. I'll sack Ollie, I'll sack Phelan. Michael Carrick and McKenna are good coaches, yeah, or potentially good coaches. They ain't done shit in big men's football. I'd keep them at the club, but I would demote them, or I would have them shadowing Ten Hag and his people. I'd have them amongst the coaching stuff. I'd still want to keep that there, but they would have to be open to learning completely new methods. I would completely revolutionize the thing. Like, there's no better example than Ajax. They're a very good example to follow because they don't spend a lot of money, which means their scouting system's great. They're a selling club as well, which means they're always in a transitional / rebuilding phase, and they're still keeping a high level. So they're clearly doing something right. We won't have to sell as much as them. We won't have to rebuild as much as them constantly because we won't be losing our assets. However, it's not a fucking bad place to start. That was a sick question. Let me know what you think in the comment section, guys. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you lot say about that. I think that's one of the best questions anyone's ever asked me, to be honest. Next one, Vivian CEO. What do you think of the weekend's formation with Pogba in the 10, Martial and Rashford up front, Axel back in? Will it work? Conte won the league with similar system. Obviously not saying we will. With our current squad, this puts a lot of players in their best preferred positions. 100%. I think we need to play with two strikers because, to be honest, even though Rashford's not a striker for me, he could play in a 2, innit? Rashford in a 2 is probably better than Rashford as a winger. To be honest, and it's better than Rashford in a 1. Martial's a striker. Axel's a ball-playing centre-half. He can play in a 3. Lindelof came to us after playing in a 3 for Benfica, and I think he plays in a 3 for Sweden. Harry Maguire played in a 3 for England in the World Cup. There's so many things about that formation that makes sense for the crop of players we have that I can't stress enough. We actually don't have wingers, so playing with the fullbacks as width, especially with the emergence of Williams, in a 5 we can get away with playing Williams. As a 4 as a left back, it would be a bit of a risk, but in a 5 I think we can get away with it. I think there's loads of different things. I think it's ideal, to be honest. Guys, let me know what you think. I think that, and I did say even before on radio, before we played it against Liverpool, I said it just makes sense to play that formation. Like, it just makes sense. Sometimes as a manager, it's just about getting the best out of what you have. Like, it's all well and good saying you don't have your men, and that's a valid argument to a certain point. However, with what you got, what the fuck can you do for me? Ultimately, that's what how you have to judge people on, and that's why at the start of Mourinho's career, I couldn't argue that he was the best manager in the world because, like, he was just winning shit with squads that he had no right to win things with. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, even though it wasn't pretty at times, it wasn't pretty at times. So, as I've said before, the top managers get the most out of, or they get their teams to overachieve. They get their squad of players to overachieve. I believe that we're underachieving with the players we have under Ollie, just like we underachieved with Mourinho, bar in the season we finished second when we had no right to finish there. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. The next one is Christian J. Actor. How well in the league would you say our 08 team would do today going up against a full City and Liverpool squads? I think we'll be up there, to be honest. I still think that 2008 squad is my favourite Manchester United squad ever. Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo. I think that's still better than the front threes of the teams that are playing here now. Sterling, Aguero, Bernardo Silva. Sterling can't see Rooney, Ronaldo or Tevez for me. He's a good player in that system, but technically as a player, he's nowhere near them players. Bernardo Silva is he's a beautiful player. He's a beautiful player. Him and Bobby Firmino for me, yeah, like are up there with two of my favourite players to watch in the league at the moment that don't play for Manchester United. Obviously, Pogba's number one. Kun Aguero, amazing player as well. Not Ronaldo level. So for me, I think that three shades that. And then Liverpool, Mo Salah. For me, can't see Rooney or Ronaldo in that form. That form Rooney, we didn't get that form Rooney for too long. But for me, I just think Rooney had more to his game in that little prime. Rooney only had, I think he had a 3-year prime, if I'm honest. That's why my overall thoughts of Wayne Rooney's career, I feel like he didn't do anywhere near as much as he should have because his prime didn't last very long. He didn't look after himself, man. His legs were gone by like 27, 28 years old. But yeah, I think the best Rooney for me was that skinhead, dirty bastard Rooney, bruv. That scored a goal at Anfield and got the thrones thrown at him and that. But I still think that Rooney was more scary than Mo Salah for me. Or if you want to compare Salah to Ronaldo, no chance. Sadio Mane to Ronaldo, no chance. Sadio Mane to that Rooney, I don't know. The Tevez thing, I think Tevez in that thing was amazing. Different kind of player to Bobby. I rate Bobby highly. I think Bobby's the closest thing to Eric Cantona that I've seen in the Premier League since Eric Cantona, bruv. And Eric Cantona's the reason why I support Manchester United. So that's why I love Bobby Firmino. Like, it's mad. People want to look at numbers all the time, but fuck the numbers when it comes to a player like him. You can just see that he's a maverick, innit? He's a genius of a footballer. So I don't know, man. Like, I think it's close, that three, but I think that United front three shades that as well. And then when you look at the United midfield of Carrick, Scholes, and whoever else you want to throw in there, bruv. Like, for me, that's better than Wijnaldum, Henderson, Oxlade-Chamberlain, or whatever. Well, and then Rio and Vidic at the back. That's better than Van Dijk and Matip. Is better than anyone that City have. Like, do you know what I mean? I just think that 08 United team probably still wins the league, if I'm honest. And that's not a biased opinion. That's me trying to be as objective as possible. Because there's players on all of those teams that I rate. Like, for me, Bobby Firmino gets into any team that I'm picking right now. But I just think our front three as a whole was just fucking ridiculous. Let me know what you think in the comment section. That was a good question. I honestly think our 08 team was better than our 99 team. I think our 08 team would smoke our 99 team. Okay, next one. Reports linking us with Chilwell, with Brandon coming through and other parts of the squad in need of desperate help. Ain't that a pointless move, all things considered? DJ underscore Andy. To be honest, my G, all this talk about Ed Woodward saying that we've got a good scouting system, I think we're seeing that our scouting system shit, our recruitment shit. Man are out here signing obvious players, bruv. Chilwell and Maddison we're getting linked with obvious. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to cost us 150 million if we went to Leicester. These men are fucking idiots. Fucking idiots, bruv. There's definitely places more in need of strengthening. However, Luke Shaw's not good enough, innit? And I'm not depending on Brandon Williams to do Andy Robertson. Like, because when you look at Robertson and their man, yeah, their man still played. They got Premier League experience and also they would have played in a championship and that, like Maddison. Like Williams' highest level he's played at is in the youth team. So we can't rely on him to just bust through and do that. A lot of people talk about these players like they've come out of nowhere. Nah, they've gone on loans, they've done all these other things. So for me, we do need a left back. We should have got Tierney, bro. He was 25 million. If we end up getting Chilwell, we're gonna pay 60 M's for him. It's a fucking joke, bruv, to be honest. All right, the next one. At the fourth underscore ape. Woodward said to judge him and the coaching staff in the next 3 windows. What do you say to that? I say Woodward suck your mum, bruv. That's what I say, you fucking Mr. Bean lookalike. He makes me sick, innit? Like, literally, he just needs to get out of the fucking club. Like, he makes me sick. It's getting to the point where anytime I see a Woodward or a Ollie quote, I just want to smash my phone against the wall, bruv. Like, I'm growing increasingly impatient with their bullshit. So Woodward can go fuck himself. He's talking about the next 3 windows. He's had a shitload of windows, bruv. Man's had more windows than a fucking shard, bruv, and still ain't done nothing. So I can't trust that prick. I think all of you lot can agree with me. At the Green Devil, how did you feel about Ollie's tactics Sunday? Seemed to be improved, but back to old ways with half an hour left. Do you blame Ollie or the players for that? Cheers, Rants. Bruv, I blame Ollie, innit? Because, as I said before, as a manager, you should be able to feel when momentum shifts. You should feel when your players are tired, when intensity drops. Because as a fan, you can feel that from the stands. So when you're pitch side, you should be able to feel that and you should address it. Ollie's in-game management is fucking poor. It's not even championship level. I would argue that it's League One level at best. He's a shit manager. I can't say it with any more vim than that. Like, he's a disgrace, innit? And if he didn't play for Manchester United, he would be nowhere near that job. And he does not deserve to be anywhere near that job. So the sooner this guy gets sacked, the better. You know what I mean? I can't be any more blunt than that. Club legend or not. I'm not here for all the comments saying, oh, but he's a club legend. So what, bruv? So fucking what, bro? So is Paul Scholes. I wouldn't give him the Manchester United manager's job. So is Gary Neville. Wouldn't give him the Man United manager's job. So is Giggsy. Wouldn't give it to him. I wouldn't give it to any Manchester United legend, bruv. Eric Cantona is a Man United legend. Would you give him the Man United job? Absolutely not, bruv. So, fuck that, innit? Ollie making changes in the 82nd minute when man ran their socks off and they're on their last legs. Embarrassment. That's what it is. If you want to play high intensity football, then make sure that you got your man ready, knowing that around 65 minutes, 70 minutes, they're coming on. None of this 82nd minute bullshit and then going to a 6 at the back. What'd you take this for, bruv? Joke of a manager. Joke of a manager. All right. At Mr. L.S. Archer. Would you have taken Ollie to be a DOF? I think he can manage the politics at United well. He knows how the club needs to be structured. And he has been able to identify and successfully recruit players under our board. That's bullshit, to be honest, bro. He's made some very obvious signings. Daniel James was someone, clearly looked like he was doing someone a favour by buying him, because that was out of the blue. Obviously, I heard he was recommended by Ryan Giggs. And then Harry Maguire was a very obvious signing, and so was Wan-Bissaka, bro. Like, I don't think he's recruited very well, because for the money that he spent, he could have probably got 2 more players if his parameters were different, if it wasn't just a Brexit FC thing, yeah. We could be getting better players for a lot cheaper. And yeah, I'm just not impressed with anything Ollie's done. I wouldn't want him as a director of football because the players that he's after are fucking expensive, and they're not that good. Let's be honest. As much as I think Harry Maguire is a decent signing, like he is, and ultimately it's not my money. So when we sign him, I'll be like, fuck off. Who cares? He's better than what we have. It's 80 million. Cool. But man could have got Ruben Diaz for half that. Do you know what I mean? There's ballers man could have got for half that price that are better than Harry Maguire. Like they are in it. Like fucking Van der Vaart was calling him a pub player, yeah, which is a piss take, innit? It is a piss take. But I get what he's saying, innit? Because he's a cultured Dutch player and he's probably looking at him saying, yo, he's a big lump and he can play football a little bit, so you man are overhyping this centre back to make it look like he's fucking like he's Lucio or something. He's not. You know them ones. So I get it. Like I remember, what did I call Harry Maguire before we signed him and that? When everyone was getting gassed in the World Cup and I must have called him a fridge or something like that. And he just looks like Phil Jones with tech in it. He does, if you're honest. He's a big guy. He's not elegant. Like he's kind of just big, like typical English Brutus centre back, but he's got a bit of feet about him. So because he can pass a little bit, man get gassed and hype him up like he's like some world-class centre back and that. But really, that defensively and that, he's just good. He's a very good centre back, but he's not amazing, bruv. Like he's not in it. There's nothing amazing about it. Like he got his arse turned over. Man had him doing burpees yesterday. Obviously, he was next to Rojo and Phil Jones, which is fucking no one wants to be next to them two. I get it, but he's not amazing, bruv. Like he's not in it. We have to be real about it. I always keep it all the way 100. Like I like Harry Maguire. I think he's a good player, but that's what he is. He's a good player. But we're comparing Harry Maguire to Phil Jones and Chris Smalling, bruv. We're not comparing him to Rio and Vida. Because if we were, he's not there. Do you know what I mean? He's nowhere near there. So it's one of them things where I don't think all these signings have been great for the money that he spent on them. I think they've been unimaginative and I think they've been very obvious for a team that's got such a great scouting network. I wouldn't want Ollie as DOF. I don't want him anywhere near the club, bro. You don't have credentials in any field. Let me know what you think about Ollie as a director of football, guys. All right. Okie doke. Okay, next one. It says Modern Fan SA. Since we played well against teams that attack us, do you think we could beat Chelsea next week, given the score in our season opener against them? Lampard will surely look to attack us. I don't think so. I think Lampard knows that we were lucky to beat them 4-0, innit? Like, if Tammy Abraham's shot that hit the post goes in, it's a different game. We probably get battered in that match. I think Chelsea being at home will take a lot of confidence from our form. I think now we're playing that 5 at the back. We're going to be more defensive than we were in that game. And I think that Chelsea will be extremely confident that they can beat us, to be completely honest. And I expect them to. I have to be honest with you guys. I expect them to beat us quite comfortably, really. If they don't, I'll be very surprised. So, I don't really know. Also, disclaimer, it depends on who we've got. If Pogba's back and Martial's in the 11, then we've got a chance. But I just think that Chelsea are ahead of us. I think they look like they've gelled better. They've got a better manager. It looks like they've got better harmony. Like everything about Chelsea tells me that they're in a better position than us. So I don't think Chelsea will be worried about us. I don't think they will. Let me know how you see that Chelsea match going. It's not too far away now. All right. And the last one is, what are your thoughts on a possible Saudi takeover? Will the Glazers ever sell? Kev McGee. Bro, here's my honest thoughts, innit? Because I'm seeing a lot of bullshit online from a lot of people. I'm all for being, what's the word? Without, because I'm quite blunt at times. I don't want it to come across rude. I don't have any problem with talking about morals and ethics and all of these things and people getting all self-righteous. But here's my fucking thing, yeah? When people are like, oh, I'd rather the Glazers than the Saudis and that, but then they complain about the Glazers. Let me tell you something. It's very, very rare that in this society that you will become a billionaire without ill-gotten gains, bro. Very rare. I'm not talking about the Middle Eastern people who are billionaires because they just so happen to be born on top of certain resources and they've inherited it. That's different, innit? Like that's a lottery, innit? That's a lottery. That's their man's money. But you see the people like the Roman Abramoviches, all these other billionaires, these oligarchs and all this, don't think that these men are not killing people, executing people, importing drugs and weapons and all these other things. They're doing all of that. No one ain't talking about where Roman Abramovich gets his money from. If you think that all of his money comes from oil, yeah, then you're off your fucking nut, innit? It's that simple. A lot of these men are doing dodgy things. Remember, Man City had an owner, Shinawatra, that ended up going jail, blood. The Thai guy. And that was before their new money came in, the Emirati money. So, these men have been fucking having people that have been doing dodgy shit to get money, bro. This is nothing new. Don't talk about morals and ethics, yeah? The fucking Glazers were funding the Trump campaign, bruv. Like, man don't need to get too deep, yeah, in politics, yeah? Because them Americans have killed way more people than the Saudis. Way more. Way more. And furthermore, you know what I mean? The US and that be funding the Saudis doing all sorts of fuckeries all over the world anyway, bruv. It's the American weapons and money behind it anyway, bruv. Man don't need to get too deep into this political shit because I just don't want to, innit? So let's keep it all the way real, yeah? All of these guys are corrupt. All of them. So I'm not trying to hear that your sin is less than my sin, so I'm better than you, blood. The Glazers are shitbags, bro. And how they got their money was probably ill-gotten gains anyway. They're morally scumbags anyway. So if man end up with Saudis, yeah, that have fucked up morals as well, but they're gonna make us compete. Also, them Arab men are bossy anyway. They're flamboyant, innit? Like, that's one thing as a black man I can relate to. Do you know what I mean? It's in our culture to just be flamboyant and to just be out there, innit? They're gonna wanna flex on Man City. They're gonna wanna flex on the Emirati guys and show them, what, you think you got money? You wanna see money. This guy is worth like 300 and something billion dollars or something, or pounds. Fam, them man are gonna wanna flex. They're gonna say, what? Mbappe, hold that. If these men wanna come into Manchester United, get rid of all the debt and flex on Man City and flex on Real Madrid and make us compete again, make the football entertaining again, make me happy to go to Old Trafford and excited to sit down with a fucking season ticket and just be excited to go to games again, then I'm fucking all for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be in full fucking Saudi gear outside Old Trafford, bro. I don't give a shit because all these men are crooks. Every single fucking one of them. Donald Trump and these so-called billionaires, the Hiltons and all of that, them man are all crooks, blood. So, wherever these men get the billions from, they're crooks. That's it. You don't get $1 billion or tens of $billion by being straight across the line without fucking people off, without doing immoral things. You just do not, bruv. Like, having a job and being a decent guy don't get you that kind of money, innit? So, I ain't here to judge how these men are doing and what they're doing because the US government, the American government, all these men are killing way more people than the fucking Saudis and all these other things. But they just choose to show you what these men are doing in the Western media. So you men are like X, Y, Z, whatever. Bruv, everyone's fucking doing bullshit. So all I'm saying is I want to enjoy football again. I want my team, who's the biggest fucking team on the planet, to start behaving like it. And if it means that man get that fucking, the Arab money, yeah, and start on everyone, then I'm all fucking for it. I don't care, innit? Like, there's no morals when it comes to this football thing, because if there is, then all of these teams that are owned by all of these people, just get them all out, and then everyone should be owned by fucking Sports Direct Mike Ashley and see where the fuck that gets you, innit? So, and even he's probably fucked over a few people to become a billionaire as well. So, yeah, in a fucking nutshell, bring the money, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? That was your Rants Red talk. That was a good question. Now you lot know where I stand on it. Hopefully, man, don't need to ask me again. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Yeah, and like I said before the show, exciting news coming soon about my meeting on Monday. Yeah, once the ink's dried, I'll let you know about that. Show's gonna be sponsored. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Mad love, I appreciate you guys, and the numbers are continually growing week after week. And yeah, man, like it don't go unnoticed, innit? Like I'm very grateful for what you guys contribute to the channel, even just without your questions. Like you make my life so easy with the quality of questions. So like I fuck with all of you lot. Mad love. Merchandise coming soon. You lot have been asking, bro. And also, yo, like I've started a promotion, white collar boxing promotion company as well. So like I might not have news for you about that as well. I've been busy, blood. I've been fucking busy, innit? Appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow the socials, blood. The socials. Mad love to you guys. Peace.